welcome to the first episode of Lindsay Talks Psych. Today, we're going to be talking about healthy eating practices. Without enough energy, our body will not be able to perform at optimal levels. Our body gets its energy from calories, which is found in food and drinks. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we need to eat to survive. Every day, our body requires a certain amount of energy to perform daily functions. Consuming calories, also known as eating, is essential for human survival. A calorie is the measuring unit used to determine how much energy is in the food we eat and the drinks we drink. One of the best ways to find out how many calories are in the food that we're eating is to read the label. Here, I have a jar of peanut butter, which is one of my favorite snacks. Now, if I were to read the label at the back of the jar, it will tell me that peanut butter will give my body 80 calories. Now, if I was to take a closer look, it will then tell me that for every 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, it will give me 80 calories. This is really good to know what measuring size they're using for calories so we can have a better idea of how many calories are going into our body. The amount of calories that everyone needs to eat in a day is different for everyone. Some people might need to eat more because their body burns more energy faster. Age, gender, and how much we exercise will help us figure out how much energy we need to get from food every day. The truth is, we need to have carbs in our diet. If we don't eat enough carbs, our body won't have the proper energy to do all the things it's supposed to do. When we eat carbs, it gives us immediate energy. In carbs, there's a special chemical called glycogen that gives us energy. Basically, this glycogen in carbs is like gas in a car. What happens when a car doesn't have enough gas? Well, that car won't be able to take us to the places we want. That's the exact same way our body feels when we don't have enough carbs in our diet. Some of you might be thinking, well, Lindsay, that all sounds really great, but I'm still not too sure what exactly a carb is. Carbs take up most of the foods that we eat. Carbs are fruits, vegetables, and grains. After going through my pantry, I found that I have some apples and oranges, and also a bag of frozen fruit. I have here some peas, some salad, and some carrots for vegetables. And for grains, I found some pasta and some tortilla wraps. Out of everything we eat during the day, almost half of what we eat should be carbs. So this means half of what we eat should be fruits, vegetables, and grains. The best type of carbs we want to eat are called complex carbs, which are usually whole grains and filled with fiber. All right, let's talk about fats. Like carbs, fats are also a key component of our diet. Fats are very important for our diet for many reasons. They provide strong nutrients, they form hormones, they protect our vital organs like our heart and our digestive system, they provide energy to the body, and it serves as a temperature regulator for our bodies. This means that when we eat fat, it makes sure that our bodies aren't too hot or too cold. There are many different types of fats, but don't worry, I won't go into detail about all of them. Basically, what we need to know is that there are good types of fats that we want to have in our diet, and there are some fats that might not be good for us if we eat them all the time. Trans fats are one type of fat that we want to try to limit in our daily diet. You can read the labels on foods at the grocery store or in your pantry to help you determine which foods are high in trans fats and which ones are low in trans fat. Types of fats we might want to have in our diet are cheese, eggs, peanut butter, or cashews. Well, I found cashews in my pantry, but usually any kind of nut is a good healthy fat. And another way to be using good healthy fats is using olive oil when we're cooking. The amount of fats we want to try to eat in a day is about 20 to 30%. If we always eat more fats than we need, this could add to some health problems later on down the road. If you are Inuit and eat a traditional diet, the blubber on beluga whale has lots of really good fats for your body. Narwhals, seals, and whales also have really good healthy fats too. Also, the bone marrow from caribou and the tongue are excellent ways to get healthy fats. Protein plays many different roles in our body and is what our muscles are primarily made out of. Protein is needed to build muscle, to repair tissue, and to make enzymes and hormones. Protein also helps build our bones, our skin, our cartilage, and it's really good for our blood too. Proteins are also the type of food group that keeps us full the longest. Think about eating a piece of steak and then compare it to eating a piece of bread. If we eat just a piece of bread, chances are we're going to be hungry shortly after. But let's just say we eat a steak or another kind of meat. This will help us stay full for a much longer time. Types of protein that we might eat could be chicken, pork, sausage, or beef. So that could be steak or hamburger. And if you're Inuit, almost all the northern animals are filled with protein. Basically, we can assume if we're eating the meat of an animal, it's filled with lots of protein. Who doesn't love treats? I know I do. Sugars are actually a form of carbs, which is something we talked about a little bit earlier. Everyone loves having a dessert or a treat every now and then. It is recommended that no more than 10% of our daily food comes from eating sugars. Every now and then, we might end up eating more sugar than we normally do in one day. Maybe we went to a special birthday party, or maybe there was a special occasion. As long as we usually watch how much sugar we have, we are allowed to treat ourselves every now and then. What are your favorite treats? For me, I love chocolate cake and licorice. Everyone needs to eat to survive. My diet might look a little bit different than someone else because everyone is unique. For our bodies to work healthy so we can do lots of fun things, we need to give our body proper nutrients. The meals you have at your residence are also healthy to make sure that you're getting all the energy you need for the day. If you ever have questions about wanting to change your diet or wanting to lose or to gain weight, consulting with a doctor or another healthcare professional would be best because they have the best knowledge to support you. It is important to eat when we feel hungry, to listen to our bodies, and to make sure we're feeding it lots of good foods.